I need my wounds fixing. I'm wounded. Need help. Someone fix my wounds. These wounds need patching. I'm wounded. Need a medic. They got me. Medic needed. I'm here. Need fixing up. I'm wounded. Medic. Need spare ammo. I need a medic. I need a medic over here. I'm here. Medic. Someone fix my wounds. Someone patch me up. These wounds need patching.
You nailed him!
I am Batman. I mean, Average Sniper.
What's up, guys? Average Sniper here. How you guys doing today? I'm doing really good for a Saturday morning. It's a nice lazy day. I've got all my workouts done yesterday, so I'm taking a break today and I'm just playing some Battlefield and making some videos, which is what I love to do. So I've been getting some requests to make a full unedited gameplay. Usually I edit out the boring parts of my gameplay and the respawns and all of that. So I decided to take this gameplay that I actually got this morning and turn it into a commentary for you guys, talk about the gameplay and talk about some of the questions people have asked me about Battlefield 1, sensitivity, sniping, magnification, all kinds of stuff going to be in this video. So I'll just start with the gameplay. We're playing on the map Suez, which is one of my favorite maps, by the way, because it's so small. There's only 3 objectives, and if you get into a good sniper spot, yes, I'm hitting this horse in the ass right now. I don't know why I decided to do that. I just did. So there you go. If you get into a good sniper spot and you can really run this map, and even if you're an aggressive sniper, you'll see me playing pretty aggressively this match. I'm using the Lawrence of Arabia's SMLE, which is basically just an SMLE with a special camo, and it looks a little different, but the stats are pretty much the same as the SMLE infantry last time I checked. So I am not the best iron sight sniper in the world. In fact, you'll probably see me miss a whole bunch of shots, but hey, that's why we have this unedited gameplay here, so you guys can see how I actually play the game and not just the moments where I'm doing really good. But there will be some really good moments. That hill I just died on, I call that Suicide Hill. I forget whether it was me or one of my friends that came up with that. Oh, assist counts as kill, nice. But we call that hill Suicide Hill because it's right where Objective Butter is, and you pretty much will die. Every time I spawn in on a teammate, like right there, I always find myself in the craziest situations. If you want to get into crazy situations fast, spawn on a teammate. It'll get you every time. Every time I spawn in on a teammate, it's almost like a fight for survival, which is okay sometimes if that's what I want. But most of the time when I spawn in, I actually want to get someplace strategic. So the first place I usually go on this map is up here in the dunes. Usually I don't have iron sights though, so I will go up here in the dunes with a sniper rifle that actually has a scope on it, and you can get some really good shots on enemy snipers. But what you really got to watch out for, enemy infantry, enemy snipers, everything, what you really got to watch out for though are the horses and the flankers up here. This is like the main path where the horses run through, and it's crazy. They just, like, you barely hear them coming, and then they're on top of you, and you're either getting road killed by a horse or getting killed by a cavalry sword. There's nothing but horses in this map. I hate horses. Actually, I don't hate horses that much. I can easily take out a horse with a sniper rifle or a pistol, easily, if the horse, if there's nobody else shooting at me. So, like, the horse will run up, I'll be shooting at the horse like crazy. I'll have like 1 or 2 more shots before the horse or the rider dies, and all of a sudden some douchebag will come up beside me and just kill me. And that probably happens in this game, maybe once or twice. But yeah, and every now and then the horse gets me. But if you want to not get killed by a horse, basically all you have to do is move in a circular pattern, and you can pretty much, yeah, right here. See, I'm shooting at the horse, the guy comes up behind me, I pulled my pistol out, and I missed like every shot. I shouldn't have panicked. See, I panicked there. That's like my rule of sniping. Don't panic, you know? I panicked, pulled the pistol out. Actually, you know what? Pulling the pistol out is a good thing, but if you miss your first sniper shot and they're that far away, you might want to think twice. Maybe take another sniper shot first before you pull the pistol out. Because at that distance, unless you're hitting headshots, you might have to get 3 or 4 shots, and that's with the powerful pistol. That's the... What pistol was I using? Oh yeah, the Mars automatic. I still have to try the other pistols in this game. I have not tried all of them yet. But my favorites so far are the M1911 and the Mars automatic. The Mars automatic has a slower rate of fire from the other pistols as far as I can tell, but it's very powerful. Like you can do like 38 max damage, I think, as a body shot, and maybe even more damage to the head, but you can basically 3-shot kill people. Then there's the Bodeo. I think that's how you say it. Bodeo. I don't want to say Bodeo. Bodeo. There's the Bodeo pistol, which is a revolver. It's a revolver, and it's great. You can 2-shot kill people and 2-shot body shot kill people, and at close range, it's amazing pistol, but it takes so long to reload, it's almost not worth it. I don't know why I didn't just go for the headshot on that guy. I was like moving up towards his head and then pulled the trigger when I got to his shoulders. Probably because I'm using these iron sights and I'm freaked out that I'm gonna miss all these shots. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with these iron sights. Like I said, I like to use scopes, so it did take me more than a few games to get used to them. In fact, I still don't feel like I'm fully used to them, you know, but I just started having some pretty decent games with them. Got some decent kills there, and I actually enjoy it. I didn't think I would enjoy iron sight sniping that much. I kind of had a feeling it would be involved in Battlefield 1 when it was announced because, hey, it's a World War I game, and I think probably a lot of the guns didn't have scopes on them. I mean, I've even heard stories of snipers in Vietnam, which was many years later, using rifles with iron sights instead of a scope, you know. So I think they, and I don't know this as a factual basis, this is just what I think back in the early 1900s most people probably didn't have advanced scopes like they have in this game on their guns. I mean, I'm sure they existed, but I think they were pretty much like experimental. So I'm pretty sure most of the soldiers probably would be using some kind of iron sight weapons. So yeah, maybe I'm totally wrong, but that's what I think, because you have a lot of options for iron sights in this game, and the way they set the guns up is totally different than Battlefield 4, where you could pick one gun and customize it any way you want. Now they give you 2 or 3 variants of each sniper rifle. We'll take the Russian 1895, for instance, a lever action. You know, you can have it with a scope, and you can have it with the iron sights. And when you spawn in on a horse, if you haven't modified that class at all, even if you do modify it, I'm pretty sure you stick with the Russian 1895. I don't spawn in on horses that much, so don't take my word 100% for that. But I do know when you start with the horse, it's the Russian 1895. There's another guy shooting me while I'm trying to shoot the horse. It's like, bro, don't you see I'm trying to shoot the horse? Can you just let me shoot at this horse? What do you guys go for when you shoot at the horse? Do you shoot for the rider, or do you try to kill the horse? Because I found that the rider's health and the horse's health are about the same. So like if you shoot the horse, you usually get like a 16, and if you shoot the rider, you usually get the same thing, like between a 14 and a 16. So it seems like it makes more sense to me. Yeah, as soon as I get on the roof, get sniped in the head. Seems like it makes more sense to me that you would go after the horse because it's a bigger target. Now, if you do all this work shooting the horse and the rider's 100% health and he jumps off the horse and starts shooting at you, then you might be dicked because you probably spent a lot of your bullets shooting at the horse instead of the rider. So I guess it's like a catch-22. But yeah, there it is. Horse killed. See, I just shot the horse. That's all I did, and it took care of it. And I shot that guy. Don't you love the assist counts as kill feature? Man, I think they introduced that in Battlefield 4, because when I played Battlefield 3, that feature definitely wasn't there. That is so nice because, you know, you can shoot somebody for 99 damage, and then a fly can land on them and kill them. And yes, you know what? The fly gets the kill for that, but so do you. And that's how it should be. In fact, I think there was even like I remember back in, maybe it was Call of Duty Ghosts, I'm thinking, where if you did the majority of damage to a player and then somebody finished them off, it wouldn't give both you guys points for the kill, but it would give the guy that finished him off whatever points were remaining, and you would actually get the kill if you did like more than 85 damage or something like that. In this game, I think it's 75 or more damage to earn the assist counts as a kill. Which is, I believe, was the same in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline. So I love that feature. I just put down a tripwire bomb right there. I think it's the incendiary one, which means it bursts into flames when the enemy runs over it, and I have been loving it more than the K bullets. And I do love the K bullets, but I barely ever find they were really effective in the beta. Very effective, but in the full game they really nerfed them. It used to be in the beta you could two-shot one of the cars. Maybe that was a little extreme, but I was loving it. Every time somebody drove a car past me, not an armored car, just a regular car, I would put 2 K bullets into it, and that was all she wrote. It was done. It was totally done. But now you actually have to put like 4 or 5 bullets minimum to kill those things. And armored cars are even more, and heavy tanks you only do like 6 to 8 damage. Light tanks you only do like, I think, 8 to 10 damage. So the K bullets are good, and they're a good idea, and they work in certain situations. Like a couple times there's been a heavy tank that's health is really low, and I just for kicks I take a shot with a K bullet and end up getting like a quintuple kill because the tank was almost dead anyway, and everybody in it and around it dies from the one K bullet. But I know I didn't do the work for that, you know. It wasn't me that killed the tank, even though it gave me the kill. It was the guy that had been shooting at the tank, putting all the work into it. So I'm not too thrilled with the K bullets right now, but I have been enjoying and getting more kills with the tripwire bomb. Whichever one you prefer is fine. I haven't actually even tried the other ones. I think there's an explosive one and like a gas grenade one. I could be wrong, but I'm liking the incendiary one right now. They catch on fire and you get this hit marker on your screen that just keeps popping up over and over, and it just feels so good seeing that hit marker on your screen because you know you're killing somebody. Man, that sounded so fucked up. It feels so good because you know you're killing somebody. That's fucked up. Alright, so we'll move on to a different subject. We've talked about sniper rifles, we've talked about pistols, we've talked about gadgets. Now let me talk a little bit about sensitivity. When I play on PC and I play on Xbox One, I do not have a PlayStation 4. I used to have a PlayStation 4, but I sold it because I didn't have any friends on it. Yeah, I'm that loner guy with no friends. No, all my friends are on Xbox. I've played Xbox for years, and it's just where all my friends play. So I would prefer to play a game with my friends and play it on console, even though I prefer to play it on PC. I've actually played console way longer than PC, and I just got a gaming computer about 6 months ago, give or take, maybe even not that long ago. But I love my gaming computer. It's a Dell XPS. I have modified it. It's an i7 processor. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM. I modified it by switching out the power supply that came with it with a 750 watt power supply, switching out the video card that came with it. It came with the NVIDIA GeForce 745, which is OEM video card, and you can't buy it separately. It just comes on certain computers. It was alright, and I could play Battlefield, but I had to run my graphics on low or medium. And so I wanted something better. So I went out and got the GeForce, the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070. Now I can run Battlefield 1 and other Battlefield games on ultra settings at 144 Hz. I also got a nice gaming monitor that supports 144 Hz at 1080. I don't game in 4K yet. I might get into that later. But on console, especially Xbox One, it's not even really 1080. It's basically just like a really good 720. I can't confirm that 100%, but that's pretty much what everybody says. But the reason I play on Xbox, like I said, is because that's where all my friends play. And having said that, I'm going to tell you guys the setup I prefer on my Xbox. Since I prefer PC, I actually have an adapter for my Xbox that allows me to use a keyboard and mouse, but I also use my controller, and I actually have more experience with my controller than I do with my keyboard and mouse. So it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in, what I'm going to use. And one of the questions I get asked the most is, what sensitivity do you use on console? Well, on Battlefield 4, the sensitivity was a little different. I never changed my zoom in sensitivity, I only changed my soldier's default sensitivity, and I used to run a low sensitivity of 32 on Battlefield 4, but on Battlefield 1 the sensitivities are different and lower by default, and the movement system is a little slower, and I decided to go up to 52, and that's been great. But I don't change the zoom sensitivity because there's no aim assist unless you're using iron sights. So if you're using a scope, you might want to play around with that zoom sensitivity and maybe make the zoom sensitivity a little lower, because if with no aim assist, if you're used to a high sensitivity, you're going to try and drag scope and move over them fast, and it's not going to slow down or stop. You're just going to feel like you aim at an enemy and your scope just goes into space or something like that. It's not going to work out very well. So having said that, just make sure that you use sensitivity that works for you. There's no sensitivity that works for everyone, because everyone is different, everyone responds to situations different, everyone's reaction time is different. So you have to find a sensitivity that works for your reaction time and all of that. Now, if you're on PC, a lot of people ask me what my DPI is. I pretty much just use a DPI between 800 and 1200, and then I mess around with the mouse sensitivity within my Windows settings a little bit, and within my Logitech controller software. So it's got all kinds of messed up settings, but same goes for the mouse. You basically just need to find a sensitivity that works for you. Just because one sensitivity works for somebody doesn't mean it'll work for the next guy. That's why there's a sensitivity level you can adjust from super low to super high. Oh, look at this part real quick. I gotta show you guys. So I just iced like 3 or 4 dudes over here. And this is really, really aggressive in this area, right by Suicide Hill, trying to capture butter. And I see these guys right here, and they just keep coming around the corner, and they're coming through the buildings, they're coming from off in the distance. I'm just like, man, what do I do? So I decided I'm gonna put this down, my incendiary, and because they're definitely coming around this corner for me, and boom, it blasts those guys. Oh my god, that was so awesome. It's still going. Now there's like 8 or 10 people were killed, like right in that, couple, that minute and a half of time or whatever. That'll probably be in another video. It's a separate clip, but that was fun. When I got that, I was like, man, I'm probably gonna use this video on YouTube. You guys know how it is. You're having a good game. You're like, oh man, I need to save that so I can show my friends, or so I can put it on my channel, or just because, maybe someday you'll have somebody to show. Forever alone, right? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, guys, that's what I think about sensitivity. Another question I get is how to change your scope magnification. You can just do that right through the gun settings. Another question is, why doesn't my sniper rifle fire? Seems like there's a bug on PS4 right now where some of the sniper rifles are actually like not shooting when you pull the trigger. I have had this reported by literally 100 different people in the comment section of almost every video. I guess this, from what I hear, this is something that also happened in another version of Battlefield, and they had to patch it, but it took a while for the patch to come out. So hopefully, if you're trying to snipe and it doesn't work, that patch will come out soon. In the meantime, I've heard that by switching the triggers for the buttons, the L1, L2, I believe it's called on the PS4 controller, and the R1, R2, you can actually do that. So if you switch from the triggers as your method of firing to the bumpers, then that problem should be resolved until they patch it. Now, I don't have a PlayStation 4, so I couldn't verify any of this. This is just information I'm getting from people that are telling me how they're dealing with the problem. So maybe that'll help, maybe it won't. I really hope it does. Well, this gameplay is almost done in about in about 3.5 minutes here. So let me talk a little bit about my other gadgets that I use. So you saw I just used that flare gun. I used the spot variant. I can't tell you how much that helps. That helps so much when you're playing aggressively and when you're capturing objectives, because how many times have you guys ran up to an objective to capture it and you see that there's enemies on the objective with that little bar that appears? When you're on the objective, a little bar appears on the top center of your screen. It tells you blue to red ratio. The blue is how many teammates you have and the red is how many teammates they have. And how many times have you guys seen that and you go on the objective to capture it, you don't see any enemies, and all of a sudden you get knifed right in the back? You know, it's like, fuck, man, what are you gonna do? The flare gun, don't shoot it straight up in the air. I made that mistake when I first got it. Just shoot it on the ground somewhere close to you, but don't shoot it too close because it will burn you to death if you step in it, or even if you shoot it out a window and it like barely touches on something, it will really mess you up. So just be careful with that. Shoot it on the ground within the area you want to be able to see enemies, and it will spot them all out. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to spot them for your squad, but I have been noticing some bugs where sometimes my friends shoot off the flare gun to spot and I don't see anything on my mini-map, and they tell me that, you know, sometimes that happens. So yeah, use that flare gun for spotting enemies. It is great. You will have the drop on the enemies and they will have no idea that you're able to actually see them and show their locations on your minimap. We talked about everything else pretty much. Oh yeah, grenade. Let me talk about my grenade that I use. I like the light anti-tank grenade because it works great against infantry, and it also works great against, obviously, enemy vehicles and tanks. It can do up to 16 damage to a heavy tank, and you can only get one of them. I think on the assault class you can actually have two. I can't tell you how many times I've been killed by assault guys when I'm in a tank, because there's like 3 or 4 of them and they all throw 2 anti-tank grenades, you know, at once. I don't know if the light anti-tank grenade is different from the one on the assault class, but I think it is, because the one on the assault class seems to do a beast amount of damage. It just seems to beast me whenever I'm in a tank and someone throws one, so maybe it is a little different. But I prefer that light anti-tank grenade. So for my primary, I'm always running a sniper rifle, unless there's a reason for me not to. For my secondary, currently I'm on the Mars automatic. I've been loving it. Nice, powerful weapon. Lots of bullets in the clip too. It has 11 bullets, which is more than any other pistol in the scout class. For my gadgets, I use the flare gun to spot, and then I use the tripwire bomb, and then light anti-tank grenade, and I might be missing something else, but that's all I can think of right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this information. I hope you enjoyed this full unedited video. Oh yeah, and if you ever need ammo, just jump on a horse and push your gadget buttons and it will drop health and ammo to resupply you. I actually do that right here, and I resupply myself on ammo because I was completely out of ammo for my pistol. I was down to 1 bullet. But the game is pretty much over now, so I don't think it really mattered. But yeah, quick pro tip: if you need ammo, jump on a horse, throw it off. It also works for health, even if you're not a medic. So there's the game, guys. 43 kills, 13 deaths. Not too bad for me sucking with iron sights. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helps. If you liked it, press the like button and go ahead and subscribe. Thanks, guys. See you later.